Hello everyone, it's me Uncle John. Today I am going to read S3 3046, The True Story of Pocahontas by Lucille Orecht Penner. Summary of the story is this. An introduction to the life of Pocahontas, a 17th century Powhatan Indian known for befriending Captain John Smith and the English settlers of Jamestown. Pocahontas is the daughter of the great chief of Powhatan. Her name means playful one. Her people are the Powhatans. They live in houses made of saplings and pray to their gods. Pocahontas has a secret name too. It is Little Snow Feather. Her father has many wives and more than 100 children. Pocahontas is his favorite. She loves to play with her sisters and brothers. When Pocahontas is 10 years old, 3 English ships appear. Powhatans have never seen anything like them. They call the ships floating islands. What are they doing here? Men, get off the ships. How strange they look. They have hair on their faces. The newcomers wear strange clothes. Pocahontas and her friends giggle. They call the strangers coat-wearing people. The Englishmen begin chopping down trees. They build a fort, a church, and little houses. They call the new town Jamestown. One man points a big stick. Boom, boom, smoke and fire shoot out. A bird falls down dead. Is this magic? Some Powhatan trade corn to the strangers. They get pretty glass beads, bells, and little mirrors. Others don't like the strangers. They shoot arrows at them. Soon the Englishmen are afraid to leave their fort. They can't hunt or fish. Their food is almost gone. Captain John Smith is the leader of the Englishmen. He goes hunting for food. Powhatan is his guide. Suddenly, arrows fly through the air. Captain Smith holds his guide in front of him as a shield. He whips out his pistol, but he stumbles and falls into an icy swamp. There is no escape. Powhatans pull him out. They rub his freezing legs. Then they take him to Chief Powhatan. Great shout goes up when Captain Smith enters the chief's house. Pocahontas and Queen Pocahontas brings him water to wash his hands and a great bunch of feathers to dry them. A feast is served. Everyone eats roasted deer meat, bread, corn, and turkey. Then Chief Powhatan gives a signal. Men grab Captain Smith, they push him down and raise their heavy clubs. But suddenly Pocahontas rushes forward. She runs in front of the warriors and throws her arms around Captain Smith's head. The chief cries out and the warriors fall back. Pocahontas has saved the life of Captain John Smith. Now John Smith and Pocahontas are good friends. She visits him at Jamestown. She helps the hungry English people trade with the Powhatans for corn and meat. Pocahontas races and plays games with the English children. She learns to turn somersaults. It's fun. She turns over and over. Pocahontas wants to talk to her English friends. She uses sign languages. When she puts her hand over her heart, it means, I am your friend. But not all the Powhatans are friends with the Englishmen. One day, Captain Smith is in another fight. He captured 7 Powhatans and takes them to Jamestown. Chief Watan sends Pocahontas to ask for his men back. Pocahontas has been a good friend to the English people. Without her help, they might have starved. Captain Smith says, "I will let them go for your sake." One day, Captain Smith and his men go to visit Chief Powhatan. The chief is not home. While they wait, Pocahontas and her friends sing and dance for them. When the chief returns, Captain Smith tells him that King James has sent him presents. They are waiting in Jamestown. "Bring them here to me." Chief Powhatan says, "I am a king too." King James has sent the chief a copper crown, rings for his fingers, a bright red cloak, a basin and pitcher, and a big bed with canopy. It is hard work to drag the presents through the woods. The chief puts on the red cloak. He sits on the bed. In return, he gives the young Englishman his deerskin cloak, his moccasins, and some baskets of corn. Later, Captain Smith goes exploring in his canoe. A spark falls on the gunpowder box he wears around his waist. It bursts into flame. Captain Smith is badly burned. He goes home to England. After Captain Smith leaves, the Englishmen and the Powhatans fight more and more often. Samuel Argyle is the captain of an English ship. He makes a plan to capture Pocahontas that will force her father to make peace. Captain Argyle asks his friend Jopasa to help him. In exchange, he will give Jopasa a copper kettle. Pocahontas is visiting Jopasa and his wife. Jopasa's wife pretends she wants to visit an English ship. Jopasa says she may go only if Pocahontas goes too. Pocahontas does not want to go, but Jopasa's wife cries, so Pocahontas agrees. Captain Argyle serves them dinner in his cabin. Everyone eats and drinks and smiles. But when the meal is over, the captain says Pocahontas is his prisoner. She is very frightened, but she does not cry. So Pasas and his wife get into their canoe with the copper kettle. They pretend to cry because Pocahontas had been captured. Captain Argyle sends a message to Chief Powhatan, "We have your daughter. We will not give her back unless you make peace. And send us some return." Chief Powhatan wants his daughter, but he is very angry. He does not know. He doesn't want to do what they ask. Captain Argyle is worried because Pocahontas is so quiet and sad. He tells her she will be treated like a princess. Then he takes her to a house where the people are kind to her. They give her English clothes to wear and new leather shoes. She eats with a knife and spoon. She learns to say grace before she eats. Pocahontas becomes a Christian. She is given a new name, Rebecca. A young man comes to visit Pocahontas. His name is John Rolfe. John is a tobacco planter. Pocahontas shows him how her people plant Pocahontas. They talk together. John and Pocahontas like each other very much. He asks her to marry him, and she says yes. The wedding is in a little church in Jamestown. The church is decorated with bright wild flowers. Pocahontas wears a beautiful dress from England. Pocahontas and John have a baby. They name him Thomas. They decided to take him to visit England. Chief Powhatan sends his friend Tomocomo with them. He gives Tomocomo a stick. Notch the stick, he says. He said, each time you see an Englishman, I want to know how many there are. When the boat lands, Tomokoma sees thousands of people. He throws away the stick. There are too many people to count. Where is the sky? Where are the trees? At home, Pocahontas could see for miles, but here the air is dark and smoky. Streets are full of tall stone houses. It's hard to find a way between them. It's hard to find a way between them. People ride around in little houses on wheels. Pocahontas is glad to ride too. The hard cobblestones hurt her feet. At home, she could walk miles on the soft green earth. She looks out. There is so much to see. Workmen pull carts loaded with wood and bricks. Women are selling cakes, flowers, and even fish. By mine, they shout. Captain John Smith comes to visit Pocahontas. She hasn't seen him for 8 years. They talk and talk. Pocahontas goes to many parties. The woman dresses in silk and satin. Men wear all tall hats with curling feathers. They think all Indians are savages, but Pocahontas acts like a princess. She stands very straight. She smiles and speaks softly. How pretty she is. Soon everyone wants to meet Pocahontas. They call her the Indian princess. She is even introduced to Queen Anne. Pocahontas stayed in England for the rest of her life, but the people of America will always remember her. The end.